When Cherry Blossoms Whisper. Volume 2, Summer's Fragile Heart. Chapter 6, Rin's Unexpected Gift. The day after Haruto's invitation to the summer festival. The school is alive with the excitement of the upcoming event. The weather is hot, the air thick with anticipation, and a sense of change seems to hang in the air. The days leading up to the festival were a whirlwind of activity. Everyone was buzzing with energy, decorating the school, setting up booths, and organizing schedules. The courtyard, usually quiet, had transformed into a vibrant display of colors, with banners swaying in the wind and groups of students laughing as they made final preparations. Sakura, however, seemed more withdrawn than ever. Even though she had agreed to go with Haruto, there was still an unease about her that he couldn't shake. She had been distant since their conversation the previous day, her mind clearly preoccupied with something beyond just the festival. Haruto had noticed the subtle signs, her avoidance of eye contact, the way she tucked herself into corners of the school, keeping herself busy but always a little too focused. She was running away from something, but what? "Hey, Sakura," a voice called out, snapping Haruto from his thoughts. He turned to see Rin Fujimoto walking toward him, her sharp eyes scanning the crowd. There was a certain determination in her step, a quiet confidence that always seemed to accompany her. Sakura, who had been walking ahead, stopped when she heard Rin's voice. Rin had been the one to always get under her skin, their rivalry as old as Sakura's involvement in the literature club. But there was something different today, something that felt like it was building to a quiet moment of understanding. "What's up, Rin?" Haruto asked, giving her a slight nod as she reached them. "I wanted to give this to Sakura," Rin said, a hint of hesitation in her usually confident tone. She held out a small, wrapped package carefully tied with a red ribbon. Sakura's eyes narrowed in confusion. "For me? What's this?" Rin's lips twitched slightly, a flicker of something softer than usual crossing her face. "Just something I thought you might like. A token of sorts." Sakura hesitated, looking at the gift in Rin's hands with suspicion. They had never been the best of friends, their relationship defined more by rivalry than camaraderie. But something in Rin's eyes told her this wasn't the usual sharp-tongued challenge. "I don't need anything from you, Rin," Sakura said, her voice tinged with her typical coolness. But the way Rin was holding out the gift made her pause. Maybe it was the sincerity in Rin's expression that made her finally take it. She took the package from Rin, untied the ribbon, and carefully opened it. Inside, there was an old poetry book, its cover worn, but the pages inside filled with delicate handwritten verses. Sakura's fingers lingered over the book, her expression unreadable. "A poetry book?" she asked quietly, her voice betraying a hint of surprise. "Where did you find this?" Rin shrugged, her face still guarded but with an undeniable warmth in her voice. "It belonged to my grandmother. She was a poet. I thought it might help you find something you've been looking for." Sakura stared at the book for a moment longer, her mind racing. She had never expected Rin to do something like this for her. In fact, she hadn't expected anything from Rin at all. They were rivals, always battling for the title of the best in the literature club, each word they exchanged laced with competition. But this was different. This was an offering of understanding, something that Rin had clearly put thought into. It was a gesture of peace, maybe even respect. Sakura closed the book slowly, her fingers brushing against the cover as if she were deciding how to react. She could feel the weight of the gesture, but at the same time there was a sharp pang in her chest. "Why?" she asked, her voice quieter than usual. Rin shifted uncomfortably, looking away for a moment before meeting Sakura's gaze. "Because I've always thought you were a little too much of a perfectionist. But maybe that's just because I see myself in you. You've got a way with words even if you don't show it." Sakura's heart skipped a beat. It wasn't an apology, but it felt like one, like a bridge being extended between them, unspoken but clear. "I don't need sympathy," Sakura said, though her voice lacked its usual sharpness. The words didn't feel as true as they once did. "But thanks." Rin nodded, her usual arrogance returning, though softened by something more genuine. "Don't get all sentimental. Just read it if you want. It's not going anywhere." As Rin turned to walk away, Sakura stood still for a moment, looking at the poetry book in her hands. It was more than just a book, it was a piece of the puzzle she hadn't known she needed. The gesture, the words, the quiet acknowledgement of what they both had been hiding. Haruto, who had been silently observing, stepped closer to her. "Are you okay?" he asked gently, his voice carrying a quiet concern. Sakura didn't answer immediately. She ran her fingers over the worn pages of the book again, the weight of Rin's gift settling in her hands. "I don't know," Sakura finally said, her voice softer than usual. "But I think I might be." Haruto gave a small, encouraging smile. "That's good." For the first time in a while, Sakura let herself breathe. She didn't know what was ahead, but for now, she felt a little lighter. Thanks for watching our video. If you find this video interesting, then please subscribe our YouTube channel. If you're watching this video from TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, then follow our page for more contents like this.